Hey, Sean Haynes with the Ag Center, your weekly update on California commodity prices. Dairy prices continue to kind of hold up around where they were, move up a little bit on the far end months, about 14.76 average for the next 6 months. A lot of the fall aparts are still in the cheese markets. Cheese is at a discount to the not a discount to the EU any longer, which has kind of slowed down exports. Although exports year over year are up 35%, they're not the 80, 90, 100% they were before. And the EU milk production volume has continued to come on and go into cheese production, and that's really been kind of causing us to chase that value down and keep exporting the cheese, especially since domestic demand is so flat. Butter production continues to ramp up. We're still selling it as fast as we're making it. Year-over-year butter production, our butter exports about 165% of last year. We're still at a discount to the EU markets. It's getting a little tighter, but as long as they remain a discount, that's still going to move volumes out. We're still a little less than most people are expecting. That's making people worry about all this churn coming into the market, but still a lot to be seen as far as where that's all going to go, especially now that we're off the seasonal demand point where a lot of that stuff's getting bought for seasonal stuff for Christmas, what have you, and we're going to be heading into cheese season as far as the Super Bowl season goes and see if that helps that price up a little bit. For now, most guys still losing money. Doesn't look good for the next 4 to 6 months unless something kind of drastic change. On the beef side, things are looking down a little bit, about $1.40 to $1.45 for high-yielding Holstein cows. A lot of cattle hitting the market, given the cull rates have kind of pushed up in response to this milk price. Beef calf prices still holding pretty good. 450 weight cattle still at the $4.90 to $5 range. Not the $5.60 they were at the peak of the market, but still enough to kind of keep calf prices at the $1,200 for cross calf, $650 for bull calf Holsteins, and $600 for Jersey cross calves as well. We have another sale on the 17th this week for Overland. That usually resets the price for the month. We'll see if we get some lift up. The board's been moving as far as feeder cattle value has been going, and you're starting to see that in the feedlots. The feedlots last week kind of break even, about $15 per head on placements. Placements this week are back up to the $120, $150 per head range as the feeder price has gone up. And the more surprising thing is the Packers margin has gone from kind of a negative to slightly positive to really moving up into the $100 plus range all of a sudden. And a lot of that's on plant utilization. You know, price the cattle has gone up. That they're buying, the price for the beef that they're selling in the stores and the box beef's gone down, so it's squeezed margins. But what's happened, they've closed a couple plants, moved things around, and some extra cattle came in the market chain. We did about 600,000 head this past week versus 500,000, just under weekly volume that we've been normally doing, and that's pushed plant capacity from 68% back up to the 82-85% range, and just that extra throughput going in there and thinning the overhead down has really made these packers kind of get profitable. So right now, if you look across the chain, just about everybody on the beef side chain is making money, which is a kind of a good place to be. You have to see if it stays there or if the price picks back up again on these 450 weight calves. Most guys hedged, so we're pretty solid there. Almonds kind of stayed consistent, about a penny off, 2 pennies off here, about the 260, 265 range for nonpareils and 255 range for Californias. Everybody again waiting for this report to come out. Once it does, you'll see some movement one way or the other in prices, but guys really living hand to mouth on inventories overseas, waiting to see what's going to happen. A lot of buyers or sellers holding back and saying, I'm not going to sell at a discount yet because I want to see where this crop's going to come in. And until that figures out, nothing's really happened there. The only other news on the almond side we'll talk about a little bit is the Almond Board of California basically pulled their support and funding from the annual census that's been done for crop estimates. They've been kind of wrong every year for the past 5 years, and most of the time they're wrong to the tune of larger, which hurts the growers, and the growers basically came back and said, look, we're not going to support that anymore. We'll find another way to estimate crops given all the resources we got in the industry. So that's what I got this week on commodities. Thanks.